So this is what I came up with. I've been thinking about it, and I see the same arguments for forcing the masses to wear masks as I do in the debate over forcing the public to get vaccinated. When it comes to vaccines, people will argue that even if they've been vaccinated, it won't work, aka we won't reach herd immunity unless the majority of people are vaccinated. They also argue it's not about you. It's about those who are weak or immunocompromised. They also say you are selfish or anti-science if you don't want to get vaccinated. Now, when it comes to masks, people will also argue that if they are wearing a mask, it won't work unless the majority of people are wearing masks. They also argue it's not about you, you're being selfish because the immunocompromised and those with pre-existing conditions are at risk. Again, you are called selfish and anti-science for not cooperating. And I want to make it clear, there's a lot of misinformation about the mask. We're about to expose some of that. But most people wear the mask not for themselves, but because they've been told if they sneeze or they breathe or whatever, it's going to get other people sick. So just like with the vaccines, though, people get vaccinated supposedly to protect themselves, but then all of a sudden it's like, no, it's not about me. I'm protecting that immunocompromised person. So I see some of the same arguments. First, the argument for herd immunity via vaccines is not the same as herd immunity from naturally getting an illness and your body being able to fight it on its own. Second, as many people before me have argued, if the vaccines work, then why is a vaccinated person going to worry about those who are not? I know it's not about you, but isn't the point of getting a vaccine to protect the person getting it? Also, isn't the point of wearing a mask to protect the person wearing the mask from breathing in COVID-19? But I already know, again, it's not about you, it's about other people. But I'm just, I'm kind of pointing out the same arguments. And basically the point of this is that the argument that people must be forced to make health decisions for the good of the public is exactly why collectivism is dangerous. It attempts to erase individual choice and agency in the name of some apparent greater good. It's even harder to argue against it when it's related to health because so many people have an emotional reaction and they trust the official sources of information. And I posted this on Facebook and it got several hundred comments, like through, on this page and on the Conscious Resistance. I posted on YouTube and a lot of you guys commented there too as well. So clearly people have thoughts and feelings and opinions about that. And I don't think it's apples and oranges, guys. I think it's very much the same issues. People don't see that this is not going to go away. This is the new fucking normal that they keep pushing. This is the new normal. I'm working on a video that's going to be explosive, I believe, and an article for The Last American Vagabond about the Great Reset. And if you guys follow Spiro or a couple other people, James Corbett, you've probably heard about this. But so far, I don't think most people are aware of the Great Reset and what is being planned right now. Also, I've written about and talked about the Rockefeller lockstep scenario, Bill Gates Event 201. Just like every other major event throughout American history for the last 100 years, there seems to have been some sort of pre-knowledge or planning for what was coming. That doesn't mean the virus is fake. It doesn't necessarily mean that nobody's dying. I know some of you would disagree, but that's not what I believe. But what it does mean is, like with 9/11, these people from the predator class, they talked about it before it happened. It's like they knew it would happen, or maybe they allowed it to happen, and then they take advantage of it. At the end of the day, we probably will never know the truth. Was it, engineered thing? Was it a bioweapon? Was it accidentally released, or was it purposely released? As I've said before, way back when I did the whiteboard a couple months ago, we probably will never know. But the point is, all of this is going to result in a loss of freedom, and it is already happening. I know some people are like, oh, loss of freedom. What freedoms are you losing? You just got to wear a mask. Yes, but you're only thinking right now. You're thinking that these people are benevolent and they care about you and they have your best interest at heart. You think that this is only going to last for a couple of months and then everything's going to go back to normal. But I'm sorry, my friend, this is not how it's going to work. And as Rose says, if you don't stop or do comply to small stuff, how is one going to have the strength or courage to not go along for the big stuff? And I totally agree about that. That if we are not willing to even push back in some ways and reject their bullshit, then what is going to happen whenever the bigger things come? If you're afraid to speak up and be the one to say, hey guys, maybe all the science isn't exactly what we've been told about the masks, or hey, maybe we should have a choice in what we do, whatever counter arguments you can think of, and have a polite discussion, whether on social media or in person with people, then you're probably not going to have the balls or the ovaries to stand up whenever they say, you can't work anymore unless you have this vaccine. You can't go anywhere unless you have your immunity passport, etc. This is why I wrote my book, guys, How to Opt Out of the Technocratic State. I'm not trying to make money. I'm trying to get you to download my book because I think it has tangible solutions. Download it for free. theconsciousresistance.com/how-to. It's called How to Opt Out of the Technocratic State. The bulk of it is only 56 pages. Read it, absorb it, take it, make it your own, use it. We have a very brief window to do something. You can think I'm crazy. I'm past the point of giving a fuck anymore. As far as I'm concerned, I'm about to leave Houston next week. And most of these people that I'm arguing with on Facebook, I'll never see them again. And maybe some of you I'll never see again as well. So I don't really care about looking crazy. I don't care about being dismissed as people. I'm here to spread the truth as I find it and as I know it, and to keep researching and keep investigating. And I'm telling you, my friends, my brothers and sisters, if you give a shit about your family, if you give a shit about your children, if you give a shit about the future, you need to wake up to the fact that we have a very brief window to do something. And I think that that something is to exit out of these systems as quickly as possible. And that is what my book is about. It's called How to Opt Out of the Technocratic State. So please, please go ahead and download it. Check it out on your own.